How's that fast internet treating you, Lucas?
Better than when I was at my folks' place, definitely. Not quite as good as when I was in Chicago, but I'm told fiber's coming to the neighborhood, and I'm looking forward to that.
You'll be moving out before fiber comes to your neighborhood.
Hopefully. Hopefully, a lot of things are going to happen on episode 146 of the Voluntary Viewing podcast. We are back. We are better than ever. We are stronger than ever. You see us do a 5x5 and you just can't believe it. You just can't believe how well we do that. I don't know what's good for a 5x5, but we're better than good.
What's a 5x5?
I think it's a kind of workout. 5x5 workout.
5 sets, 5 reps.
What is the 5x5 workout? Numerous variations of the program. Not a great way to start. One of the most popular is strong lifts, 5x5. With the strong lift, you perform just 5 compound exercises each week: the deadlift, squat, bench press, overhead press, and barbell row.
So wait, you just do like one exercise for like the whole workout on each day? Like today, I'm going to deadlift.
Apparently.
That's it.
Yeah. Just kill it with that. Yeah.
Just deadlifting for an hour and 15 minutes or whatever it is.
And that man doing that deadlifting is real life Mario Kart expert Andrew Clark.
I'm famous for how good at Mario Kart I am?
No, you're real life.
Yeah. Somebody tried to take you out with a banana, bro.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Except, that's less Mario Kart and just more like Mario World Hitmen. Some motherfucker thought he was slick. Thought he could put a banana peel behind my car. And that I'd fall for it. But I'm not lacking.
Yeah. Because you're a real life Mario Kart expert, not gonna fall for that shit. Also on the podcast today, we have a man who can merge 6 lanes in like half a mile. Ryan Holtz.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know. I showed Lucas my commute.
Yeah.
And like I always do, I'm like, so here's my on-ramp. No signs up there. I need to be 5 lanes over before those signs. Otherwise, I miss my merge.
Yeah.
It's great.
How is driving in LA treating you, Lucas?
I have done so once so far. It was at 6 a.m. on a Sunday, coming back from the Burbank airport. And I am confident in saying that I am the best Los Angeles driver out there from that one experience. Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad that not driving for 5 years has turned you into a very good driver.
I'm a fantastic driver. Also, hello, I'm Lucas DeRuyter. I'm in Los Angeles now. What the fuck am I doing? Why can't I just move to middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, and buy a house with a $10,000 down payment and just be happy with a quiet life like that? What the fuck? What is wrong with me?
Lucas with the lighthearted questions here on the Voluntary Viewing podcast.
Yeah?
Who are we and why are we here? What is our greater purpose?
We are the Voluntary Viewing podcast. We are here to delight, entertain, terrify, and a couple of other emotions. All for your benefit. Also, we're here because the Bucks are getting slaughtered. Like that. Wow, that actually works with the team name pretty well. The Bucks are out there being hunted for sport. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough.
Had a great
Much
time.
like my internet connection right now.
Oh.
Your guys' video keeps turning off because of problems with my network.
I'm not having any issues.
Oh, I'm sure. No, I mean, it's whatever.
No.
It's what it is.
We'll
I was wondering if we could do an in-person podcast, Lucas, where I
Ooh.
go over there or vice versa to record.
Oh, you guys can set up like a studio? You guys can be sitting in chairs and just talk to me. I'm the host.
You're our friend who calls in.
Yeah, no, the podcast is you two, and I don't know, the producer. I'm the guy that they sometimes reference off screen, like, oh yeah, Andrew will take care of that. Or, hey Andrew, play this sound effect. Hey Andrew, can you bring up that clip? Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it, bud.
We're just ripping off Tiny Meat Gang at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, lots of podcasts do it.
I was gonna say, I think
person.
JRE was the the big one that started that shit.
All right. I think it is about time. More than about time. A week overdue, practically, that we move into News of the Week. Very, very progressive DC Comics, Warner Brothers, and video game developer NetherRealm, makers of Mortal Kombat, chose to celebrate Pride Month in the mobile version of Injustice 2 by having players beat up the canonically bisexual Poison Ivy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. It was just, hey everyone, show that love conquers all by beating up bisexual Poison Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make it up.
I would say I don't know how things could get this bad if I didn't know for a fact that this is what happens when you try to do a pride thing and don't have a single queer person in a decision-making position in your company. Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually how that works.
Pretty fucked. Pretty fucked, bro. Thankfully, though, everything's okay. The white smoke has gone back into the chimney. Video game Pope Sonic the Hedgehog will continue to be voiced by Roger Craig Smith.
Damn.
We're okay.
So no more Schwartz?
Are you just referencing video games specifically?
Just video games. Schwartz still in for the movies. I imagine he was too expensive for any of the games, but yeah, this just seems like maybe a little bit of negotiations in the press, something like that, and then it worked out in the end, apparently. Good for Roger Craig Smith. He does a good job. He was good in the Sonic Boom TV show.
People like Sonic Boom? I thought that was like a joke.
The games are garbage. The show is pretty top tier.
Top tier?
Yeah.
For Sonic media or top tier for TV shows?
Yes, both.
Oh my god. I refuse to believe that Sonic Boom is a top tier television show.
All right, let me best Sonic Boom.
Hey Andrew, pull that clip up.
Okay. What do we got from this one? Is this shareable immediately? Oh god, this is like 12 minutes now. I'm sorry, Ryan. We'll sync up on this after. I will prove to you that the Sonic Boom show is pretty all right.
It's got a 7 out of 10. No, I'm not saying it's not pretty all right. I didn't know if you were saying it was a top tier TV, like, you know, Breaking Bad, The Wire, Sonic Boom, the classics. The ones everyone acknowledges are the top tier.
Right. Definitely better than the Sonic movie. Pretty up there on the curve of children's television entertainment.
It's one of those.
On that curve, yeah. But well,
you can't criticize it. It's for kids.
Well, I guess a lot of the humor is also derived from Sonic fans who have been there since 1994. This joke's for you. This is making fun of what the series has become. Oh god, I forget the name of the Stephen King book movie where this happens, but there is literally an episode where it's just Sonic broke both of his legs and is then held. Yes, and then held hostage by a superfan who just wants Sonic's feedback on his Sonic fan fiction.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds like a kid show to me.
Yeah. Kid show full of Stephen King references. Love it.
And foot fetish.
Yeah, and like clear allegories to some shit going down.
No.
False imprisonment. Minimum.
We can blow through this one because it's something only I care about. Dragon Quest announcements. Dragon Quest 3 is getting an HD 2D remake similar to Octopath Traveler. Looking forward to that. And then Dragon Quest 12 is titled The Flames of Fate. And it promises to be a Dragon Quest aimed at adults. Which only means one thing. Those slimes are finally going to be fucking.
They already have been.
Yeah.
The creators of this game can't fight the fanfics of those slimes.
I remember when you first told us about that shit.
What?
Just the slimes. And how everyone's obsessed with the slimes.
They're the perfect character design. Like, what? They're pure. They are perfection.
Oh, God.
And they're fucking, I guess.
Yeah.
They represent innocence. They're everything good in the world.
And I'll fuck it. I'm going to fuck this slime.
Oh my god.
I do love the language of this is going to be a Dragon Quest for adults when it's not like the core members of this fan base are 45-year-old Japanese salarymen who have played every Dragon Quest game, and their interaction with it today is something like, so I have a PlayStation 4 hidden in a trunk in my house, and whenever my wife and daughter leave, I break that out and play an hour of Dragon Quest and put it away before they get back. Well, why don't you just, have that out all the time and play it? If they were to reject this part of me, I don't know what I would do.
So, is this going to be a Dragon Quest for adults in the same way that Pal World is Pokemon for adults?
Oh, can we talk about that shit? I don't think I put that in here.
No, I mean, I think we should talk about that shit more than most of the things in the planning document right now.
Fair. I saw that in a car, organically in a car. It came up on my Twitter feed, and that gave me whiplash. Perfectly safe car. I now have whiplash from that trailer.
So, when I first saw that trailer, it's because you sent it to us.
Yes.
With basically the implication that, oh, this is not what it seems, be prepared. And still, the first time I saw a dude being carried around by what is essentially a Pokemon shooting an M16 at people down below, I'm like, oh man, that's really bad. I wasn't expecting that. There must be more of that in the trailer. And then it just kept getting worse.
Yeah.
There was picking up a sheep Pokemon thing and using it as a shield as it cried as it was struck with bullets.
That sheep was not having a good time.
There were what looked to be...
Slave labor.
Yeah, slave labor. Making weaponry. What the fuck? Just crying little cute animals. Killing Pokemon with guns, hunting them for, I assume, food and sport, and then also fishing and killing a bunch of little cute penguin things.
Yeah.
With basically dynamite. Having them float up. God damn. That shit's not okay.
No.
How can they get away with, it's there's basically ripped directly from Pokemon. A lot of those character models. How do they get away with that?
Because they put guns in it.
But they can't just steal other people's character designs usually, right? Like,
I think the character designs are like different, and like I think the ones that look very much like obviously Pokemon are just they're the Pokemon version of either a real animal or just something that exists. Oh, like this is a long dragon thing. Like Pokemon doesn't...
Gyarados?
Yeah, like that.
It's exactly like a Gyarados.
You know, it does look exactly like a Gyarados, and a Gyarados looks exactly like a Chinese dragon. And
it's a specific art style. Like it looks exactly like the Pokemon Gyarados, and like the sheep look exactly like Flaffies. Like there was
really?
Magikarp.
Have you ever seen a Flaffy cry as it's gunned down in the streets?
That's what I'm saying. Is I don't know how they're getting away with that. Like just blatant, like 1-to-1. They're ripping off the character models.
Yeah, to continue this thread, there was a human character in this, and this is a deep Pokemon cut thing. In the latest games, there was a black woman named Nessa, who was a gym leader, and very quickly, scumbags began circulating like a mod and fan art of her as a white character. And yeah, this character, but as a white woman, seemed to be in this game. So,
shit.
They got that.
Trying to hit that demo.
Oh man, now it's taken a PR hit.
Yeah.
This otherwise unbesmirched game. Now it has problems.
At least actual Pokemon games have like the narrative built-in thing of the Pokemon like this. The Pokemon like fighting for sport and entertainment.
You can't do that. You don't get away with that. You're a writer. You made them like it.
Yeah, I mean, like, this game gets no benefit of the doubt.
No.
Absolutely none. But that being said, it'd be like if there were two games, and one was you go and conquer a land and colonize it and shit, and another game where you do the exact same thing, and in one of them, the natives are like, oh man, this sucks, and the other one, they're like, oh wow, cool, modern industry.
Yeah. It's not great either way, really.
Just Oompa Loompas.
Yeah. The difference between Oompa Loompas and, God, I don't know.
The Aztec.
Okay, well, I wasn't going to go real world with it.
Oh, okay.
Might be I was trying to think of a piece of media that had...
whatever the blue aliens in Avatar are called.
Navi.
Sure.
Everyone always says that shit. They're like, I don't remember anything. No one remembers a single line of dialogue in the whole movie. Like, it was the biggest movie of all time. And I'm like, I remember a lot of shit about Avatar. Did I just like Avatar more than most people, apparently? Like,
I think so.
Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Andrew, looks like you've been eating this past week or two. Why don't you go off about it?
He means that there were some showcases that I enjoyed.
I'm sorry, I'm leaning into the Los
Lucas
Angeles
did not
vernacular.
Call me fat. He did not call me fat.
I'm into the Los Angeles vernacular too fast, too quick. I apologize.
Oh boy.
Andrew, numerous video games that you enjoyed have content about them releasing. Would you please tell us your thoughts and feelings about that?
Horizon Forbidden West. I'm going to go real quickly through these because they were a long time ago. Horizon Forbidden West had like a cool showcase where they kind of showed off a demo and some of the new features of the game, and it looks cool. Really excited about that. Horizon Zero Dawn is one of my favorite games ever. And so I'm excited to get more of that. Got some Aloy doing some cool shit in there.
Yeah.
And then Dying Light 2 finally got some fucking details. And it has a release date. I think in December of this year is when it's supposed to come out. It looks cool. It looks better than I thought it would. I really enjoyed the first Dying Light game, and I didn't really think that I would care too much for the sequel, but I think I might get it. I think it looks really cool.
Hell yeah.
And then also, I guess like a day or two later, Far Cry 6 had like a reveal trailer. with a bunch of gameplay, and it also looks cool and different. And I know that the past couple of Far Cry games have been really mid, but this one looks fun. Also, there was this whole thing on the internet for a little bit where people were really angry about how Aloy looked. They said she wasn't hot enough. They're like, why isn't Aloy more pretty? And then there was this terrifying image circulated around that someone had photoshopped of Aloy. It was like comparing her headshot in the trailer, where she is just looks like a young woman, face is pretty dirty because she's a
cave woman.
Yeah, an outdoor warrior woman. Whatever. And then photoshopped with her hair like pulled back in a ponytail, and she was wearing makeup and had like finely done eyebrows, and she had this terrifying smile. And it was just like, this is what she should look like. How come they didn't give Aloy curves? And yeah, no, just awful shit. As a character who wasn't, I think, wasn't sexualized at all in the first game, I have no idea where the fuck this is coming from.
Yeah.
Other than just, guys are cretins.
No. We are. On behalf of all men, I declare, kind of cretin. Kind of cretin-y. Cretin light. Andrew, please, if you get either of those games, let us know what you think of them. I very much look forward to your opinion on that. And I will just quickly say, David Cage's development company, Quantic Dream, is in court as they started a defamation suit against an outlet that said they were a shit place to work. And the proceedings are proving that Quantic Dream is a shit place to work.
Hey, who'd have guessed?
Yeah. A lot of David Cage using homophobic slurs. I believe he actually stormed out of the proceedings crying at one point. The co-founder of the company asked if he was allowed to lie because he wasn't technically under oath. The good shit. The good shit you want from the people leading a...
Am I allowed to lie?
Yeah. That's what you want from people leading a multi-million-dollar company.
I'm allowed to lie? Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, David, great guy. Just a great boss. Model citizen. I'm still allowed to lie? Yeah, no, totally great with women. Also huge cock.
Andrew, what's going on with Pepsi?
I saw the grossest fucking advertisement that I've seen in a long time a couple nights ago while watching the Bucks game. And so I was already pretty disgusted with how the Bucks were playing, so I was in no mood for this goddamn Pepsi advertisement.
Yeah.
But it's a 30-second ad, and it starts out basically with this woman, she's got a mask on, and, it's saying shit like, oh, we've been away from each other for so long, we haven't been able to do the things that we love, and then it flashes back to pre-pandemic, all the shit they were doing. And it was like people reaching into like a big basket of wings and sucking off their fingers and sticking them back in the pile of wings. People making out at parties with like strangers. People yelling at each other at sports games. The granddaddy of them all was a rock concert. And it shows these people in the front row and they're jamming out. And then it's the guitar player, he's wailing. He's got long hair. He's covered in sweat. He headbangs and just splatters the woman in the front row with sweat on the face. And she's like rubbing it in. And it just is fucking nasty. And it was like, here's to the mess that we never thought we'd miss. Like, I don't want to do any of that shit again. Never. You goddamn kidding me? Also, how do you get someone's sweat splatter on your face and not immediately freak the fuck out? Even pre-pandemic, if that happened, I'd lose my goddamn mind.
It depends on the rock star, right? Like if it's some random podunk band that you don't even know, but if it's like this is your shit. This is your favorite band of all time, and you got front row tickets. It might be a little bit more palatable of like, holy shit, wait, this is kind of crazy what just happened.
If the remaining members of Led Zeppelin sweat on me, I think I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Sweat on me has a different connotation. Accidentally flinging some sweat onto you. Sweat on you.
Sweat on me, daddy.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't see this ad, so I had to Google it. I found the full one, which is a minute and a half long.
Oh, God.
And the song is Tomorrow from Annie in the background. So I think it's actually saying, like, this is what we have to look forward to. Yeah.
No,
it's more the opposite. It's not looking back. It's more looking forward.
Get ready, because I'm going to sweat all over you.
Ryan, at any point in the video, does somebody take a drink out of a Pepsi and then baby bird it into somebody's mouth?
No. The only time Pepsi comes into play is when there's a bunch of people at a wedding and they're doing the chair thing where they like hold the guy up in a chair and then they are sweating and it's gross, everything like that, but then they're all on a skyscraper observation deck and one hands the other a Pepsi as they're still all sweaty and he takes a drink.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only Pepsi reference. I think they wanted to disassociate their brand from the disgustingness of the rest of the commercial, which makes you wonder
why did they do it then?
Why were they showing all this gross shit? I think they were going for like that one Super Bowl ad, right, where the nerdy quote unquote guy makes out with the hot girl and you like catch all the like spit and shit as they were going. That was like one of the big ads in one of the Super Bowls. But yeah,
the thesis of this commercial does not make a lot of sense.
Life is fucking disgusting, and you love it, don't you?
Life is gross. Like, we're meat sacks. You know? Like, we can obviously take precautions and not be absolute maniacs like in this video, but like there's I don't know, sometimes when people go a little over the top, it's like, obviously normal times. Pandemic, I get it, but like normal times, it's like, bro, we're fucking meat sacks. We have so much microflora living on and inside of us. Like it's speculated that it controls who we are. Mm-hmm. Like, so you know what? At the end of the fucking day, let's just get over ourselves.
I get that we're gross, and I get that we were doing a lot of gross things that we didn't really realize until the pandemic. But it's been like 30 goddamn years since there was that whole, like, you can't double dip. That's like sticking your whole tongue in the bowl. And yeah, I can't double dip because that's all I think about. And I'm not saying like now, I mean forever. That's how I always was.
I mean, who you with?
Double dipping's bullshit. Like, that's been proven scientifically, actually. Like, Mythbusters literally went out there and was like, let's do this shit. And they were like, yeah, no, it's not. It adds no extra bacteria. The dip is sitting in the open air. You don't realize how much fucking bacteria gets in there. Mm-hmm. The little tiny, minuscule amounts of saliva that are on the chip as it goes into the dip are nothing compared to the saliva that's being blasted by humans as they converse at a party into the air and then settling into the dip.
I've seen the CDC photos of two dudes just blast each other with particles.
Yeah.
But that being said,
really
if I see someone suck barbecue sauce off their
fingers... That's not the same!
And then stick their hand in a bowl of wings, I'm going to kill someone.
That's not the same as double dipping. I'm just talking about specifically double dipping a chip into sauce has been proven. And Lucas saw it when we were watching the Bucs game on Saturday. I asked permission to double dip because I'm like, I understand people might have a thing about it, but like, it is dumb. But if you can't get over that, if you just, like you said, Andrew, where it's like in your head, like you're just like, oh, it's more a visual thing for me and it just grosses me out, then I'm not going to be like, well, you're stupid because it's scientifically wrong. But like at the same time, it is completely irrelevant, like, because we're gross meat sacks spewing disgustingness everywhere we go.
If somebody's like, hey, I have a thing about chewing or whatever kind of tick people have, whatever hang up, and it's like, all right, I'm going to try to accommodate. I'm going to try to be polite. Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, we all have our things. And, you know, hey, I've spewed disgustingness with the best of them. But that being said, I have some things that bother me.
Yeah. You flapped your meat flaps
All right.
every bit as much as the next guy.
Meat
That's I
flaps.
don't know what that's from. Well, it's a fun video that must be from a show or something, and it's just this dude who we find out relatively quickly is an alien, pretending to be a human, meeting with his alien boss, who's also pretending to be a human, in a diner, and they're just talking about how it's like, so what are these beings like? And he's like, they're meat, and he's just like, what do you mean they're meat? Like, and he's like, they're made up of meat. And he's just like, oh, that's gross. How do they communicate? They move their meat and it vibrates to create sound. It's like, that's not true. That's impossible. Just like, how do they reproduce? They insert their meat into other meat and create more meat. Like, it just like, they're like getting sick as they're talking about it. Like, oh no! Like, and all around them at the diner, like, people are like making out, and someone's like, yeah, like eating a hamburger. Like, just like, it's just really played up from the alien's perspective. It's just like, Jesus Christ, we're so gross. I like that for you.
Please do, Ryan. Also, I have to step away for a brief moment, but while I'm gone, what's going on with Jeff Bezos?
He's going to space.
Yeah, Lucas is gone. Lucas is... Bye, Lucas.
Oh.
What's happening?
He's got to go somewhere. He's good.
Okay. Yeah, Jeff Bezos in space.
Get him, Jeff.
He's gonna be the first billionaire in space. So,
Do you think he'll be the first person to fuck in space?
He's bringing his brother.
I mean, anyone else?
I don't know. I don't think it's been announced.
Okay.
But his brother's the only other person confirmed to be on
Okay, so
that,
do you think he's going to be the first person to fuck in space?
If it was his twin, then it wouldn't really be. Yeah. No, I saw... The reason I first found it, ironically enough, was because of Heather Ann Campbell, who was a performer from Whose Line Is It Anyway, tweeting about basically like laying out the conspiracy that Jeff Bezos is going to be faking his own death, like with this space launch, because like he's got everything now. The only thing he needs at this point is that added safety and security that comes from anonymity, and just being a normal person and not being the world's richest man. So yeah, like gonna die in a fiery spacecraft accident, and then get simple plastic surgery and funnel all of his money into shell corporations, and
then just
have
operate
his cake and eat it too.
Yeah, operate as a dude in the shadows doing still richest man on earth things, but
still not doing enough philanthropy.
Yeah.
Still
deciding to not solve world hunger. Yeah.
No, exactly. That level of stuff. Also, it's like 15 days after he's stepping down as CEO of Amazon, so like you can throw that in there too. But it's somewhat plausible, ironically. So if he does die, I am going to be actually, somewhat like, I don't know about this.
My pet theory is that this is the most elaborate faking your own death in the history of doing so.
You missed.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what
I'm
we were
sorry.
talking about.
I'm awful.
No worries. You had pizza to grab.
I timed it. I'm not used to Pacific time. I timed this out poorly. The Bucks game was promising until it wasn't. I'm sorry.
There you go.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry, Andrew. I'm sorry, listeners at home. I'm terrible. I am a terrible human being.
This man eats pizza.
We're gonna listen to you flap your meat as you put meat in your meat. Shudder.
You want to know who isn't terrible, though?
Your Irish uncle.
Moving into the meme corner.
The memes.
Matt LeBlanc from Friends. Joey himself is everyone's Irish uncle.
It's some pretty good shit. This is some good, wholesome shit.
Yeah.
Well, now, didn't I fucking warn you? I did, so I did. I fucking warned you.
He's a fucking chonk.
Yeah.
Man's put on regular human weight.
Matt LeBlanc might be a little heavy even for normal human. Like,
Maybe a little bit.
That dude's got some meat on the bones, baby.
He's got some meat on his meat.
Nah.
He is catching up to Matthew Perry levels of living hard.
I don't know. Matt LeBlanc looks like he's living well.
Okay. That's fair. He's got nothing left to prove.
The best ones that I saw weren't like specifically Irish meme
Really?
or Irish uncle. Like they were always just like generic, normal uncles.
Oh, I saw mostly Irish uncle stuff.
Oh, I definitely saw a lot of that, but I liked the ones where it wasn't necessarily just that.
So you're telling me you bought them jeans with the holes already in them?
I think my favorite one was Matt LeBlanc looks like your uncle who went just as hard as you drinking at the wedding reception, and when you walk into the hotel lobby the next morning hungover as shit, he already has a pint and he's just smiling at you.
Yeah.
I'm an alcoholic. I drink a lot, so I do.
I did have that realization over the course of this move, how ironically the more you discipline and train your body, the more fragile it becomes in some ways. Because I was just like halfway through day 2 of the move, my body was just screaming at me to say, why aren't you running 5 miles right now? Why are you not eating food with any kind of nutrition? What are you doing, you fucking idiot?
Isn't that the bit from Parks and Recreation where Rob Lowe, like basically, yeah, he's like, I've kept my body at peak physical form. Even the smallest iota of microorganism could bring the whole system crashing down or whatever. Like, and then yeah, basically that happens. Or Jeff Winger in Community.
Yeah.
It's like, my body's a temple.
Patton Oswalt. The temple doesn't last forever.
Yeah, that's right. He was a doctor in Community. Damn. Oh, and he was on Harmontown. Okay, this is all making sense now. Okay. How was your run? Did you do a run this morning?
No, with the Bucks game and the timing of my work, it just didn't work out. I did notice that there is an exactly mile-long bike trail, about a quarter mile.
Chandler bike path?
Yeah. So I think...
He was going to run laps on that bike trail.
Until I get my legs under me, you know?
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
There's also a track very nearby that's closed for now, but is usually open to the public. At John Burroughs High School.
I might do that, but the thing with running any kind of distance on a track is that you get the asymmetrical ankle wear pretty quickly.
Well, I know that...
Can't you just flip?
So it depends on the day.
Yeah, everyone has to run in the same direction, but they usually rotate like every day or every other day of like, now you run counterclockwise, now you run clockwise, that type of thing.
It's not a busy track.
Oh, okay.
How about that? I don't know. I usually there's like a couple of people on it. Like, I'm sure you could run whatever direction you want and no one's gonna bat an eye.
God, just lapping those soccer moms.
Yeah, definitely people walking too, for sure.
Yeah.
So.
All right. We are through the memes, and that means we are going into the breakouts. I got a lot in here. I got some big stuff in here. I'm gonna do one, and you guys can go off, and then I can get to my comfort food. I finished Nier Replicant. Really hope there's a more direct sequel to this game. The characters are just fantastic and are weird, and broken people that I love to bits, and all maybe immortal to some extent. So definitely works that there could be more of this.
They can't die.
Some of them tried. Some of them tried really hard to die, but just wasn't in the cards for them. Yeah, they're great. And also just a really sweet thank you for playing the game message at the end of that game or in the menu after you complete the game and then go to it. That's just, this collection of fuck-ups, lovable fuck-ups, fucking up, telling you thank you for playing this game, but then finally getting it. And it's really sweet and great, sad, melancholy game. Yeah. Andrew, what are you checking out?
I'm still playing Resident Evil 8 with Jade.
Where are you at?
We beat the Vampire Lady Castle. Killed the Vampire Lady. Spoilers. And I know you want to play this game eventually, so I'm not going to give you too many spoilers, but...
You know I don't care, though.
We got through maybe the most horrifying sequence in a video game we've ever played.
Which boss area was it?
The doll lady.
You talking about the baby?
Yeah. The big fetus. Need I say more than big fetus?
Fetus big.
Yeah, they make everything big in this game. Yeah, so after you get through like a 6-hour sequence in this castle with, shooting a bunch of zombie ladies and vampire bat things, you then have to go to just a regular mansion. Not a castle, but just a regular mansion. And you walk in there, and it's spooky. There's ghost shit going on, and oh no, the lights turned off, and now all your guns are gone. And you have to complete an escape room. Not just like regular Resident Evil puzzle shit, like a full-on escape room that if you had done it in person with your friends, it would be a pretty well-done escape room.
Mm-hmm.
And then a giant fucking fetus shows up. And you can't fight it, you just have to run away and hide and try to figure out how to get around it and stuff. And it's terrifying. It's awful.
So fetuses are pretty small. What is a giant fetus? Like the size of a basketball?
The size of 2 cows.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw the donkey video, which prominently featured the fetus. Yeah, no, it's pretty scary shit.
Does the giant fetus, giant baby fit in thematically with the doll lady and her shit? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you beaten her yet, the doll?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
We got out, we beat the doll, we left, we got our guns back, and then we just turned the game off and kind of breathed heavily for a while.
I know Lady D was definitely the breakout of the game from the trailers, but I'm seeing a lot of love for the doll boss in the game from fan art and stuff.
I don't want to see it.
No?
I don't want to see anything related to that sequence of events. Which, by the way, that whole thing was like a half hour.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really short. Really well done, but super short.
Wait, so how many hours are you in, ostensibly halfway through 2 of the 4 bosses presented at the start of the game?
8 hours through.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. And again, I have no idea how long the other 2 bosses are going to take, but yeah, the first one was 6 hours, and the second one was a half hour.
Cool. Still liking it?
Oh yeah, no, it's really good. Just scary.
As it should be. Which you specifically asked for. I did. You wanted this.
Yeah, you brought it on.
I know, this is my fault. I did this to myself.
No.
Ryan, what are you checking out then?
Yeah, I won the Super Bowl again.
Yay!
Yeah, not anything too crazy.
You ruined David.
Yeah, David Bakhtiari, the Packers left tackle, one of the few remaining OG Packers on Andrew's team. announced to Andrew that, hey, this is my last year. I'm just not sure that I can keep up with anyone anymore. You know what? I want to win one more Super Bowl before I retire, so let's make a run out of it. And then
I got messages from
rallied around him and was like, let's do it for David.
I kept getting messages from other team members of like, oh, your right guard has something to say. Yeah, man, I was talking to David. I don't think he's got it left in him anymore. I think he can come back next year. But I've been talking to the guys, and we're all gonna do it for him, man. We're gonna give it our all. And they're like, yeah, we got like a 3 overall bonus. Like we're all getting boosted because we're so jazzed to help David out. First playoff game comes along. We beat the Seahawks. Get tons more messages. Hell yeah, we're doing this for David. We're doing it for David. More boosts. We're all better than we were because we love David that much. Go on, coach. Lead us to victory. And then I had to play Ryan. And Ryan...
the divisional round.
Killed David.
David caught a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I moved... with like 3 minutes left in the game, I moved him to tight end and kept throwing the ball at him.
And I kept diving away like a small... Make-A-Wish kid at a football practice.
And he got a touchdown.
Allowing him to score. And I don't know if it was more insulting or not, but I mean, I'm a Packer fan, and I'm a big fan of David Bakhtiari, so I felt bad making his career end the way it did, but at the same time, I don't know, it's insulting if I just, like, lost on purpose, like I just... punted on first down every single possession. I don't know.
I mean, you could have done that, but then, if you had, maybe, David's like 2 years later. You know what? Actually, I think I could throw the pigskin around a couple more times. Goes to the Jets. Doesn't really have much success there. Ends up at the Vikings. Then, is wanted in the state of Mississippi.
Right.
Yeah.
Andrew has a left tackle waiting in the wings who's, been on the team for a couple of years but showing a ton of promise.
Yeah.
He has had a couple of injury concerns, the new left tackle. So after David retires, he goes into the draft, picks 2 additional backup left tackles just to make sure one of them sticks.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that someone's doing solid.
There's going to be an epic competition at left tackle to try to fill that spot. That was left by a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. And then David Bakhtiari is like, actually, I kind of want to play. and you're like, well, we can't do that.
There's no room at the inn, David.
We invested a lot. Look, dude, you mean a lot to the organization. We'll let you compete for the job. And he's like, no, it's my job. And then, fuck, man. Like, I guess we'll trade you.
Where do you want to?
Hurts us a lot.
Where do you want to go? The Vikings? No,
we're gonna send you out of the conference. Okay, if you must. And then David is kind of meh, like whatever in that season. But then after 1 year at the Jets, goes to the Vikings for 2 additional seasons where he has a career renaissance and. Yeah. Oh, but then while he's with the Vikings, a former Jets employee reveals that he sent a bunch of unwanted dick pics to her in a predecessor to Modern Me Too that probably would have gotten in much more hot water modern times. And then, after 10 years, he endorses an authoritarian fucking fascist.
And steals charity money.
Still is not charity money, pandemic aid for small businesses, which he claims to be such a fervent supporter of that he's supporting this authoritarian fascist, even though the authoritarian fascists' main competition was very much a neoliberal who is, of course, in support of small business because literally no one in American politics is against small business. Steals over $1 million in what is meant to be aid for struggling small businesses during a global pandemic. And then, it is just still out there. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen anymore.
Wow, the scenario writers have really stepped it up for this one. Credit where it's due.
Honestly, they stepped it up with the whole retirement thing. I've never had that message like that. That is an interesting, because it happens in real life for sure. Like when people have their victory lap, where fans in opposing stadiums are giving them standing ovations because it's like, oh, last time we'll ever see them play here and stuff. So, yeah, but no, we dispatched the Packers unceremoniously, and then proceeded to just unceremoniously dispatch of the next two opponents on our route to yet another undefeated season.
I'm glad the Packers will never have a QB controversy again. I'm glad we learned our lesson.
Thankfully. Oh my God, we're moving into the group chat, so I will just say super quickly, and apologize if you guys have other stuff. Feel free to slide that in there. This past 2 weeks, I watched both the modern anti-vaccine movement video that H Bomber guy put out that traced it back to two dudes out of the UK, one of which thinks he can cure autism with his bone marrow. Yeah, that was illuminating. That was a great, I think, 2-hour video of H Bomber guy dunking on these terrifying but also really incompetent people. And then the new Super Eye Patch Wolf video on the unreleased in the US video game Mother 3. That was great. And just want to say that these kind of staple creators in my life, people I've been fans of for several years now, it's been great going back to their content when I am kind of in a very transitional period in my life and everything is new and scary, and still have that as kind of a form of support. That's cool.
I'm glad that you put the disclaimer of the modern anti-vaccine movement, because it's very much like anti-Semitism in Nazi Germany, where anti-Semitism has been around in some form for literally millennia. So with the anti-vaccine rhetoric has been around for since vaccines were invented. But and just general distrust in medicine has been around since humankind first discovered that they could treat ailments.
Right. No, this isn't
these are the two guys that were the Hitler and fucking I don't know who's another, Steve Bannon of,
fair
of vaccines, anti-vax movement. So
yeah,
and now LeBron James, and this historian guy that I was telling Lucas about how I wasted 45 minutes of my fucking life yesterday. I had a YouTube recommendation of historian, creates a tier list of U.S. presidents, and I'm like, that sounds kind of fun. Got nothing to do for an hour, might as well click in, see what's going on here, and started the video, and it was interesting, and I was like, oh yeah, he's got some interesting points. He's echoing the same sentiments that I learned in AP US history, which I guess is not probably a great sign, because he's supposed to be an actual legitimate historian, so you should probably know a little bit more than a random guy who kind of likes history. And he was like, oh, I'm not going on politics. I'm trying to go on impact that they had for the office, and impact on the country and how good they were as a leader and shit like that. And I'm not going to do any modern presidents like Clinton I'm not going to touch, because that's, going to be too divisive. Blah, 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 blah. And then, he started, and he was like, oh, Thomas Jefferson, A tier, not a good guy. Obviously, did a lot of stuff for the office and everything like that. He's actually one of my least favorite, if not my actual least favorite, presidents as a human being, but A tier because of all the shit he did. So I was like, okay, so he's willing to be objective and shit like that, fair enough. But then once it started to get somewhat more modern, he got to FDR, which was my first giant red flag, because he was like, FDR. So here's the interesting one. Most, plenty of people are going to put him in the S tier, and you know what, I'm not going to argue with you that hard. For me, FDR is A tier. I'm just looking at New Deal policies, not a big fan of most of the New Deal stuff, and he just and I was like, oh, here we go. Oh wait, there was actually one earlier because of shit. Oh, it was Woodrow Wilson was F tier.
Oh.
Because Woodrow Wilson instituted the income tax. And that was my first, like, okay, here we go. This is interesting. And then, yeah, it was, and like, Woodrow Wilson, not a great president. So,
Right.
like, I was like, interesting. But income tax being your number one thing and not like the horrific racism and like his messiah complex of like, I can heal the world from World War I, that shit, whatever. So yeah, then FDR was like, not a big fan of most of the New Deal stuff, like, but like his leadership during World War II was unquestionably good and blah blah blah. A tier. Then almost right after that, there was a fan in his chat who was from Ireland and was talking about like he was like his oldest fan and everything, and always donated a bunch of money and all this shit. And he was like, "You're coming out to Ireland soon, right?" And he was like, "Oh yeah. Do they require a vaccine to like visit the UK? Like, is that a requirement and everything like that?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm not really sure." And then like the fan, and then another fan was like, "Are you vaccinated?" And he said, "Am I vaccinated? I'm a 45-year-old man. I'm pretty healthy. I think I had COVID pretty early on. So yeah, no, I'm not going to get vaccinated." And I was just like, click. Like, I was like, you motherfucker, you wasted so much time on my life. Like 45 minutes that I will never get back. Like, this is some bullshit. So yeah, that's frustrating.
I love how this video is just the meme of how do you know somebody is a libertarian? Because they're going to tell you you're a libertarian playing out over the course of an hour.
Yeah.
It was 45 minutes. I made it about 3/4 of the way through, and I was like, I know who this guy is.
Libertarians' favorite thing to do is to make fun of vegans for liking being vegan so much, but all libertarians do is talk about how cool they are because they're libertarian. They're the exact same. But except they're harming people.
Yeah. He never mentioned anything about taking us off the gold standard being a huge thing. That's a very libertarian mindset. So he never mentioned that. But I had a very good idea of how this guy felt about the world. And yeah, I guess the first mini red flag probably should have been like, modern politics, too divisive, don't want to wade into it and shit. Like, probably...
Coward.
Yeah. A historian can look at the unprecedented shit that Trump was doing and be like, no, that shit ain't cool, fam.
So in the Trump presidency kind of revealed that we maybe don't know if presidents can be held accountable to the law. That's going to put him at least below the C tier. Maybe at least D for me.
Oh, no, it's not that we don't know. Now we do know. They can't be held accountable.
Well,
it depends on the party.
That's the precedent now. I mean, yeah, sure.
You know if Joe Biden
know.
tried half the shit that Democrats would absolutely impeach. And that's literally the core difference and why Democrats will never win. Which, like, I get it. Take the high road. We got to be better, blah, blah, blah. But, like, at a certain point, we're kind of fighting for our fucking lives.
Yeah.
Like, and, yeah, it's fucking brutal. When Al Franken can get ousted for, like, putting his hands over a woman's chest 20 years ago, and meanwhile, they can have just child predators get elected to office. Yeah. It's difficult.
I think it was some red state, maybe, that, like, they're trying to pass a law right now that would outlaw child marriage, essentially, and that's proving to be really divisive among their constituency, and what the fuck are we doing?
I mean, isn't that the problem with democracy, though, right there?
Yeah.
Like, something is literally just morally wrong, but if over 50% of the population doesn't agree, like, there's nothing you can do, man. They're literally, the politicians are actually, if they actually believe in democracy, obligated to follow what 50.1% of the population believes. Like, it's fucking brutal, man. So,
boy, you know what? I can't think of a cheerier note to end the breakouts on. Head into the group chat and talk about the equally cheery topic of nobody have any fucking clue what's going on with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. It's now officially right. Like, we could fine him for not showing up at this point, which we probably won't.
Yeah.
We could.
I know that there are some new rules in the CBA this year that, like, once you get to training camp, because this week starts mandatory mini camp. There's so many different stages in the NFL offseason. Once you get to training camp, which is, of course, mandatory, if he doesn't show up to those, the Packers can't choose to not fine him.
Which the owners negotiated for.
Yeah, no,
because of this exact situation.
Right, no, like it's...
Because if it's optional, your hands are going to be tied.
Right, because if you can choose to not fine them, you're going to ruin any possible chance of hashing things out if you decide to fine them. But now that the Packers have to fine him going into training camp in the future, that'll be a little bit different. But yeah, I don't see us fining him for not coming to minicamp, and he's not going to come to minicamp. One, there's no reason for him to. Even if we did decide to fine him, it's a total of $91,000. Aaron Rodgers doesn't fucking care about $91,000.
He's gonna need that money if he's gonna actually hold out. We'll see if he's gonna forego that $40 million paycheck that's coming his way this year.
Nah, man, he's counting on landing that Jeopardy gig.
Everyone keeps saying that. I don't think they realize that there was literally dozens of guest co-hosts in the wake of Alex Trebek's passing. He's one of dozens, and he was considered an above average one. He was definitely not considered a top tier guest host.
I think so. The whole thing about Aaron Rodgers is going to go and do Jeopardy instead of football is not because he's got the gig lined up. It's that he's talked about it before, even before Alex Trebek died. That's his dream job. Not being an NFL quarterback. Hosting Jeopardy is his dream job. I understand that, but that's why people talk about it.
I think that for the vast majority of these NFL fans that are saying this type of thing, their only exposure to Jeopardy has been when Aaron Rodgers was on Jeopardy. So they literally think, holy shit, he was the guest host once Alex Trebek died.
He was the successor to Alex
the front
Trebek.
Runner. Yeah. They don't understand what was actually going on. That they were literally just trying everyone because why not? It was a fun little and all of them paying tribute to the legend that had just tragically passed away after a long battle with cancer. It was. I don't think that they fully understand the nuance there. That look, no offense, but Aaron Rodgers is not the best candidate to replace a professional TV personality. When you've got people like fucking LeVar Burton and Ken Jennings before all the that. When you've got people that are actually
pre-Bean Dad Ken Jennings
before Bean Dad exposed Ken Jennings. Bean Dad was to Ken Jennings what Dennis Schroeder was to LeBron James.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Things
that you could never explain to 1 year ago. So
I was gonna say, I was gonna say Sarah Palin to oh god, why am I bang? Yes, thank you. I'm sorry.
I could remember Sarah Palin, but not McCain.
Well, I had to think about Sarah Palin, and I think that replaced the Joe McCain that was in my head. Yeah,
Joe McCain.
I'm losing it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, damn, you're fading.
That Mike's Hard Lemonade I had at your place is catching up.
The sugar crash, man.
Oh,
yeah, you had a Mike's Hard and a White Claw.
Mm-hmm. Crossfaded. For what it's worth, my grandparents, and I know this is going to be a long shot, holding out for Anderson Cooper, I believe. I know he wasn't in the top batch of that, but it's my grandparents. They're good old people. They put out a Biden-Harris sign, and they're in the mid to upper 80s. That's a big deal for them. Make it happen, America.
I don't want to put grandparents on blast. But I'm curious. Who did they put out in 2012?
2012, they both voted for Hillary, I believe.
No.
I mean,
they wouldn't have. 2012 or 2012, I'm asking. The Romney-Obama.
Oh, grandmother definitely voted for Obama. Grandfather voted for Romney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, better than nothing.
Yeah. Oh, she was a teacher and was like, well, the union tells me to vote Democrat. And yeah, one of those situations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She still has to like follow her union in her 70s. Like
ride or die, motherfucker.
I mean, you're not even. I guess I don't know.
No,
How is pension plans? Are those paid out by the school district or by the union?
by the state.
By the state. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, why? No offense, but like, why do you have to listen to your union? They can't provide if they don't provide benefits for you after retirement.
Well, I mean, there are a not insignificant number of voters who are just like, yeah, I vote Republican because I've always voted Republican. Like, there's no
why?
Right?
I'm equally as curious as to why they do that. Actually, I'm definitely more curious as to why they do that.
Right.
I get Stillwater's running deep with unions are very much a brotherhood or sisterhood, a family of like,
yes.
We are fucking locked
together.
The minute someone breaks, we are all fucked. So we have to be on the same page here. Like,
no,
yeah, I get it,
Eh.
but I don't know. Think for yourself, Lucas's grandma. Like, I hope you arrive at the same conclusion, but
I think they would. I hope they would.
If your grandpa could.
No.
I'm sure your grandma could.
Fingers crossed. All right, and that's just about going to take us into the wind down as we finish up episode 146 of the Voluntary Viewing Podcast. It is fantastic to be back. We hope you enjoy having us back. If you want to let us know that, please like this video, like this episode, comment, subscribe, etc. Check us out on Instagram and YouTube, where we have terrific highlight clips for you to enjoy. Email us your questions and business opportunities, voluntaryviewing@gmail.com. Actively linked in the description down below if you want to help a collection of great progressive causes. We have a Patreon if you want to join the likes of the terrific Tiffany Cole, Sucky Badger, and sensual Richard Nixon, helping us keep the lights on, helping us keep the show going. Of course, follow us on Twitter at V2_podcast for updates, and follow me at LucasTheWriter on Twitter to keep up with all of my writing. A little bit of some insider information for all of you who made it this far. Got something coming up I'm pretty proud of, and I think you'll all enjoy, so keep an eye out for that one. But of course, thank you again for listening. Been away for a little bit. Thank you for understanding, and good luck. Good luck as we're heading into whatever demographic summer this is going to be. Voluntary viewing summer. There we go.
That's white boys.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hooray.
Goodbye and good luck.